Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Sunday. All right, guys. Well, we have a lot to talk about again. It just seems like it doesn't stop. And this time with Teddi. I am noticing something. Like I've been on here defending Teddi a couple times, especially with everything that she's been going through. But I'm kind of shocked. And I know she's still doing her job. Nothing's changing. She wants to keep things like more probably normal. I'm kind of shocked that she's still just like going in on people the way that she is, but maybe that's the pot calling the kettle. I don't know. I want to hear your opinions. And if you guys want to rip me apart on this, I am absolutely welcoming it. If I'm wrong, I always like to kind of see somebody else's perspective. But I guess like I watched a clip with her and Erica, and she kind of just like throws Erica under the bus because she asked Erica, she's like, wait, oh my God, you didn't tell me on a podcast. You didn't tell me that you were filming with Denise. And Erica was like, well, I couldn't because I wasn't allowed to say anything, you know? And she's like, okay, Erica, well, there have been multiple times where you've been under contract and you haven't been able to say anything or been supposed to say anything. And you've told me then. And Erica's like, why would you say that? So it's like, I don't know if we're giving a pass or if we're not giving a pass, but we're going to get into it. Smash the like button, show some love, and let's start here.
What Happens Live, Garcelle was asked about Erika saying that she peaked in the 90s. And Garcelle responded, Erika, I married for love, not money.
Ooh.
Why can't Garcelle take a joke?
Why doesn't Garcelle bring this energy to?
I don't know. See, that's the thing. Teddy's saying, why can't Garcelle take a joke? But Erika and Garcelle aren't friends. You know what I mean? They're not like friends like that. So if I'm joking with you, like if I have somebody who I don't necessarily like, I'm not fond of, and it's a coworker in the workspace, and they come up and they're like, my God, you got a new haircut. Like it's or something like that. I'm just giving like a simple example. I'm gonna be like, I don't know if you think that's cute or that's funny. I don't like you, so you don't need to joke with me. I'm not that person. Go joke with your friends. I'm not your friend. Joke with your friends. And I think that applies here. Garcelle and Erika are not friends. They do not like each other. So I don't know if that was a joke or if that was like a real, she was trying to give a shady moment. She was trying to have a moment. Same thing that she did at BravoCon with the whole Dorit Kemsley situation. I didn't think that was a big deal, but Dorit did. She got in trouble for that. And I didn't know if this was a big deal, but Garcelle believed it was. And also, Teddi, I mean, when Sutton Strack said something about you being boring on the show, you started crying and freaked out. So I think that it's important to put ourselves in each other's shoes.
To the show. Do you think that she felt brave enough to say this on live TV because the reunion had already been filmed?
Clearly, I peaked in the 90s. What year do you think you peaked?
1975.
How old were you then? On Watch What Happens Live, Garcelle was asked.
Okay. So I don't know. Again, that's just a question that I have for you guys. Maybe it's not that big of a deal. Maybe it's a bigger deal than I think it is. That is a question for you guys, and I want you guys to just sort of dissect that, sit on it, and let me know what you think. On top of that, too, I did share this already, but in case you guys missed it, I went to bat for Teddi on this one. When she shared that, well, she said now that Garcelle hasn't reached out to her either, but that Dorit, who was one of her best friends, Garcelle always maintained that she didn't like Teddi. She didn't know. She called Teddi a gnat. She didn't know why Teddi was around. Why was she there filming? She's not a part of the show. And it was a good way for Garcelle to shut Teddi down. But for Dorit was a part of the Fox Force 5, and so was Teddi. And I didn't really understand why Dorit didn't reach out. Well, then Bravo Snarkside came out with these little like receipts, and I thought those were interesting. If you missed that video, here they are.
from Dorit, but I've heard from Vicky Gumbelson. Dorit was one of my best friends. Thank you, Vicky. It meant a lot. I really appreciate it. I just was shocked. I haven't heard from Dorit.
So if you see right here where Bravo Snarkside posted, you look beautiful, praying for you. And you got this, Teddi. You're stronger than you realize. I know you'll win. You're a fighter. Keep fighting. You have a lot of love and support. Now, in the video that I did previously, I saw where a lot of people were like, no, absolutely not. It's cancer. You pick up the phone. You call somebody. You don't just do that. We're about to watch the new episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta tonight. And you're going to see where Drew Sidora invites Kenya and I think Kenya, Cynthia Bailey, I don't know, a couple of people into the studio. And they're like, what did you have you talked to Dennis? What did you think about what Portia said? And she's like, I tried to reach out to Portia. And then in confessionals, you see where she's going through the text, right? And she's like, reach out to Portia on this date and on this date and on this date. And Cynthia Bailey did have a good point, you know, especially if this is such a sore subject for Portia. If it is your friend, you do pick up and call, you pick up the phone and call. And that's so minor compared to what Teddi's going through. These are tumors on her brain. You definitely pick up the phone and you call. It's like, even if I had a friend who I don't talk, I have a friend right now, actually, who I haven't seen. She was one of my best friends and I haven't seen since I left LA, and we kind of just went our separate ways. And she called me a couple months ago and told me that she's getting surgery this summer and she has a tumor on her brain and she's had it for a while now. And they've been going through a lot of medical stuff, and she's, you know, getting a surgery. And I have been, you know, keeping up with her. She wants to come here and visit before, and if hopefully she does, so you guys can meet her, Claire. But like, you pick up the phone, you call, you check on people. You don't act like an asshole. You know? Speaking of which, not acting like an asshole, but I did want to share this one too, because the big argument with Garcelle and Kyle is Garcelle feels like there's a double standard when it comes to Kyle Richards. She does not understand why Kyle Richards gets to fly under the radar with these relationships, do whatever she does, and not have to be held accountable, right? That's the whole thing. It's kind of exhausting, yes, but Garcelle has a point, and I get it, right? Well, now Kyle and Morgan visit the restaurant that was the location of the famous Amsterdam dinner. Thank you to Face Reality 16. She said, Kyle and Morgan are in Amsterdam and visited the scene of the infamous Beverly Hills Amsterdam dinner. The restaurant where the dinner was filmed has since closed, but they visited the pancake house that's there, and Kyle's accompanying Morgan for the European leg of her tour. Okay. They're not dating at all. Are we still playing that game? Maybe. Maybe we are. We could be. I don't know. Guys, pop off. Pop off in the comment section. We are going live tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern for Hot Messy Topics. I don't know with who yet. I will keep you guys posted, but let me know what you guys think about all of this shit, because it's a lot of shit and I need some opinions. So yeah, take it away. See you guys later. Bye guys. Love you.